It is insanely interesting to me how well some movies, old movies, classic movies do when they are re-released in the theaters. I think it was, what was it, Star Wars episode, was it episode 6 that was recently re-released, put out for his 20th anniversary? Was it 20th? I think it was. Man, how long has it been? It's been a long time. Let me see. Let me see. Star Wars episode 6. When did it first come out? Star Wars. I should know this offhand, but I don't. Star Wars episode 6 release date. Star Wars episode 6. Okay, I looked that up backwards. I always forget that the last 3 were actually released first, and then there was the prequel. So let's see. Star Wars episode 3 is what I meant to say. Star Wars episode 3 release date. So Star Wars episode 3 was released, yeah, May 19th, 2005. I should have known that. There's a very good reason I should have known that date. But yeah, so 20 years. And it was re-released in the theaters, and it did very well. The numbers were good. I'm not going to look up the exact numbers, but I remember all of the different articles and all of the different videos I saw on how good that movie did. This kind of goes to show something that I've said previously. There's certain things that fans want that they're not really getting. You can't pawn that off on fans when something doesn't do well. Some production studios, companies try to do that. You can't really do that, because if you're making something for a fan, if they don't like it, then you have to adjust what you make. Like, if my videos were purely what the fans want, the videos would be a lot different. Now, I cover things that I enjoy, things that I like, because I enjoy doing these videos, and people watch the videos. I think people can sense this is authentic. This is literally what I enjoy. I'm not just making videos because, this is trending or that is trending. Anyway, needless to say, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 35th anniversary. I was 11 when this movie came out. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago. Well, it kind of does. But when you think about it, when you think about how much time has passed, 35 years since Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was released. So I saw this article and I was like, I think I am going to go see this. This is on cosmicbook.news. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 35th anniversary returning to theaters this August. The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie is heading back to theaters for its 35th anniversary. Fathom Entertainment, Saga Arts, and Warner Bros. Are bringing the 1990 live-action film to the big screen on August 17th and 20th. I may try to see this, because I was reading the article a little bit ahead, and it looks like they have some extra scenes on this, extended scenes and stuff like that. I'm all about that. I'm all about it. I definitely want to see this. Okay, fans of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will get the chance to see the cult classic in theaters once again. The re-release includes a special Turtles Unmasked featurette with never before seen footage, extended scenes, behind the scenes clips, and new commentary from director Steve Barron. This is part of a larger anniversary event aimed at longtime fans and new audiences alike. The 1990 movie helped kick off Turtle Mania across pop culture and remains a defining entry in the franchise long history. It is very true. This movie, and you know what's funny? I'm also interested to see how well this holds up because I have seen some scenes from these movies recently, covering something else, and the special effects. It was the '90s, right? We didn't have, there wasn't the CGI boom that we had. I would say mid '90s, mid to late '90s is when CGI really did start changing, and that was really fueled mostly by video games. As video games have advanced, I think that has advanced CGI drastically, and so those two things kind of go hand in hand. And I think when I watch this again, I'm still going to enjoy it the same way because here's what I have discovered. I've discovered that there's a lot of movies that I enjoy. When I go back and view the movies, I still enjoy while also noticing, man, this was, oh yeah, they struggled with this or struggled with that. I've made comment before. Star Wars episode 4, 5, and 6, which was the last three movies, which was released first, the movies that were released in the 70s and up to, I think, 83. Um, I go back and look at those movies, and I'm not going to lie, I'm still impressed. Now, obviously, if that was released now, well, I don't know, because even now, like, the way they did special effects was so good that when I watch it now, I am still like, yo, I can't believe when this was done. It's almost like it makes me think about the SR-71 Blackbird and the stealth bomber. When you think about when this technology was developed, it was released, but it was being developed well before it was released. Think about that. I think the Blackbird, what was that, like the 50s and 60s or something like that? This is crazy when you think about how far advanced that old technology was. But that aside, just talking about cinema, what they were able to do for the time was great. And of course, the fighting scenes in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's definitely not going to be as fluid and dynamic as fighting scenes now with CGI. It's a lot different, but it kept the movie kept the feeling of the cartoon. Now, I was never into the comic books back during this time, but looking back, now that I've looked through some of the comic books were definitely more serious than the cartoon was. But the cartoon worked. I think to translate that cartoon or that comic book to cartoon during that time, you had to go a little lighter. I don't think there would have been a way to go really dark with a cartoon, especially back then. I don't think the media and or censors would have gone for it, and for good reason. What's included? The anniversary event includes full theatrical screening of the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, The Turtles Unmasked featurette featuring Steve Barron, archival and behind-the-scenes footage from production, commentary and insight from those who helped bring the Turtles to life. Tickets are available at fathomentertainment.com and participating theater box offices. I'm definitely going to have to check this out. And it goes over the original cast and crew. The film was directed by Steve Barron, written by Bobby Herbeck and Todd W. Langen, and produced by Kim Dawson, Simon Fields, and David Chan. When it opened in 1990, it topped the box office and became one of the highest grossing indie films of all time. I didn't realize when it released it was an indie film. Man, that just goes to show you how much times have changed. Could an indie film release today and do that well? I believe so. I think in the current time we're in, we've kind of gotten wrapped up in something being mainstream. Like, as much as people say they don't like mainstream, it's like if you don't have that mainstream stamp of approval, you don't really grow like like you should. I mean, there's a lot of things that are independent that I wonder to myself, man, why isn't this growing? If there was a stamp from whatever name, whatever big organization, they would be, off to the races. But because they're independent and on their own, people are like, I don't know. And it's kind of crazy. And that's why I've been getting more and more into the independent space, both in movies, comic books, just in general. I feel like those people who are in an independent position are more apt to make something that is authentic and enjoyable. I think sometimes it will be easy to get so big that you forget when you started this thing, you enjoyed what you were making. So I am actually excited about this. I haven't watched this movie in years, and I think I may go to the movies and see this movie once again.